Last year, the Innovative Bell Schedule Committee announced a new bell schedule. The schedule eliminated C days, featured rotating block days as well as a 10:05 starting time on green days and tutorial between 5th and 7th and 4th and 6th. Students were very excited for this new bell schedule.
Oh, I was really excited for that. That was kind of like one of the reasons I was like ready to go back to school.
The schedule that was proposed at the end of last year, I thought it was lit because the even days we'd be getting in at 10 in the morning, which was nice because we get extra rest.
I was a big fan of the new schedule. I was looking forward to it happening. Unfortunately, it didn't. The biggest highlight for me was probably the late starts.
Students were very surprised when just 4 days before the school year began, administration announced a different bell schedule than the one originally announced by the Bell Schedule Committee. David Foster was on the Bell Schedule Committee. He explains why administration had to change the schedule over the summer.
We got approval from the outside auditor who looks at the school to make sure we're not breaking any laws, and they said that it was okay to count 0 period as instructional minutes, as I read it. And so we based our schedule, and we relied on that because, I mean, without it, that's a big loss of minutes. And then at the end of the year, decisions were changed, and they said no longer. And I'm not sure the exact details, but basically minds were changed, and it was no longer, we could no longer count those minutes, which totally messes up the schedule. And that happened at the end of the year, which is way too late.
The new schedule kept the rotating block periods, but did away with the late start. This brought some mixed opinions from students.
I mean, it's basically the exact same schedule except 5 minutes later. So I really don't think, I feel like we should have just kept the same schedule we had last year and maybe have changed tutorial up so that it actually would have worked.
I think so far it's not too bad. I definitely think that the 10-minute passing periods that we had on the first day of school were like super great. I don't know, I think they're not bad. I'm not so happy about like all the tutorials and that we can't go different places, but otherwise, it's pretty good.
Oh, I really didn't like the one that they proposed last year, and I definitely think that there's a great improvement.
I really like this new schedule. I did not like last year's schedule. I did not like how I could be assigned homework for the next day from Monday to Tuesday. So I was really happy to hear about the new schedule. I really like it.
What we heard from other schools we talked to is that it takes about 2 weeks, maybe a month for some students to get used to it, and then schedules like this that rotate become easy. And I will tell you, the first week I was a little confused, having my odd days on a Tuesday, but I think by now it's starting to become more of a rhythm, and I think it'll all be good.
But new principal Adam Paulson says this isn't a final schedule either. He says the Bell Schedule Committee may reconvene and the schedule could change again next year.
I think our plan is to reconvene the Innovative Schedule Committee. They've done a lot of the research already, so we'll use that as a launching point and really get back into the process of engaging with the staff and students and all stakeholders basically to to get some data and to see how we might be able to tweak the schedule further. So I'm looking forward to it. This will be I think this will be a good schedule for this year, and we'll look at some data moving forward.
David Foster says the late start may still be an option.
I really wish we got a late start, and I think that will definitely come in the future at some point. Figuring out exactly how to make 8th period perhaps work. There are ways, there are futures, but I think it's good as now.
For In Focus, I'm Ori Nirpaz.